Alright, so this is part 3 of the video, and basically I'm just going to show you guys how I'm going to show you guys how I print them and how I cut them and stuff. And you just got to be really patient with these things. And you know, I don't know how other people print them and cut them out, but I'm going to show you how I do it, and it really works out the way I do it. I don't know, but also, I'm not going to be cutting out the effect box. That's just something I don't do. I don't like doing that. You know, you guys can go ahead and do whatever you want with yours. And I mean, just be accurate. The one thing that I do is, I have it with me. Let me check if it's up here. The action's right there. Okay, so one thing that you could do if you want to, cut out the effect box is I just get like a plain old Yu-Gi-Oh card, one that I don't like or that I don't use, or just some piece of trash, just some piece of trash one, and I cut out the effect, and then I cut out the name. And like on my paper ones, I do it on my paper ones, but I'm going to be printing out ones that I actually use, that I'm going to use, that I want to use. So I'm going to actually be printing those out in gloss. And personally, I don't like to fuck with the gloss ones. I don't like to cut them out, and cut all that stuff out. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to ruin the art. I think that people worked really hard on making these things. I know that when I make mine with the PNGs and stuff, I worked really hard on them. And I know that in the previous video, it didn't really seem like I did, but it's actually a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and it's time consuming. So I don't like to ruin the art, So why do that, So anyways, let's get started with this video part, printing and cutting.
I've invited you here to discuss something that's very important.
King Ghidorah, take me to your leader. Quick to claim that he not no snake like me neither. They need to take a breather. He been rhyming longer than Sigmund the Sea Creature. Been on Saturday feature. Pleased to meet ya, and came to wake you up out the deep sleep.
As you guys can see, I basically have Microsoft Works word processor. That's what I use to print. I don't know, I feel really comfortable with this, and I have my own techniques that I've been using, so to me this is the most comfortable thing, and this is just how I do it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to File, Page, Setup. Okay, from here we're going to go to the top where it says Top, and we're just going to put it at 0.2, and then the left is going to be also at 0.2, and the header is going to be at 0.3. Alright, so once that happens, this is what it should look like. Okay, now give me a minute. Oh. Alright, so I just had to get my stuff prepared to what I'm going to use to cut these out. So anyways, what we're going to do now is we're going to go to our pictures, and we're going to go to wherever we have our Oricas, and we're going to go to wherever we have the one we want. So I'm going to be making Formula Synchron today, so all you have to do is select it and then drag it over there. And I'm also going to be making a Broyanak. Now before I put the Broyanak on here, what I have to do is I'm going to double click it, and I'm going to rotate it, and you guys will see why I'm going to rotate it in just a little bit. So I'm going to close that, and then I'm going to simply drag it and drop it onto the Works word processor. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stop this video real fast, and I'm going to go to my other camera so you guys can see what I do from here on out and why I do the way I do it. Alright? Alrighty, so at this point, it looks kind of funky, I know, and I'm totally sorry, but you can see my Formula Synchron. So at this point, what you're going to need is you're going to need just a common Yu-Gi-Oh card that you don't, just any old Yu-Gi-Oh card. The paper that you're going to use to print. Now I'm using this gloss paper. It's just regular camera gloss paper. Let's see if the lighting will fix it. But yeah, it's just regular old-fashioned camera gloss. I don't know if you guys can see it that well, but it's gloss paper. And then some scissors. Okay, so this is how I do it. It might seem a little strange to you guys, but this is how I do it. Okay, what I do is I come over here with my Yu-Gi-Oh card. Let me see if this looks right. Okay, so I come over here with my Yu-Gi-Oh card, and I just make sure that this is selected, and I just literally resize it like this, you know? And I always like to make sure that there's just a little bit of excess from the card, because if you actually shrink it down to that size, it's going to come out a little too small. So this is fine like this. Just make sure that there's a little extra on the side and a little extra on the top, and then we're going to do the same thing to over here. So we're going to select it, we're going to come over here to the very corner of it, and we're just going to size it down like this. Okay, now if you're printing it on regular paper, you don't even have to turn it like that, you know, but since I'm printing it on this thing right here, I have to make sure that it's all spaced out like this. Okay, I gotta make sure that everything is good. So this is how I have to make sure that it's printed out, you know. And again, I have to double check if the sizes are correct before I go off and I print these bad bitches. So just a little more. Actually, just a little less. Okay, a little more from the top over here. Alright, same thing with the formula synchron. I think actually formula synchron might be a little too big, so we're just gonna get a little from the side. Okay, so that should be fine. Okay, now, no, it got stuck. Okay, boom. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we turn on our printer, and now my printer is actually running low on ink, so I don't know how it's gonna print right now because I haven't really made Oricas in a long time, but I've just been using a lot of ink on other stuff, so hopefully it all comes out good. So anyways, what we do, we're just gonna push Control P and just click OK. Make sure that it's on the right side, and it'll start printing. Man, I have fucking like no ink. Oh, and by the way, I want to give a shout out to Coolest Motherfucker. He just hit me up right now, and he just seems like a really cool dude. I know that him and Demon X Yuri, they've done some trades together, and he just seems like a really cool guy, so big shout out to him. And this little section of the video is dedicated to him. So, alrighty. So, they're just about done, and they came out bitchin'. Check them out. Let me actually put this on. So, this is what we got right here. As you guys can see, they actually came out really, really good, you know. And now what we do is we just let these things dry for a little bit, and I'll recheck with you guys in a little bit to cut them out. Alrighty, so as you guys can see, I've cut them out and I've separated them. I've cut off the excess of them. They look really cool. They look good. This one looks really, really good. Alright, so before we get into any more cutting, make sure your hands are clean. Make sure that they're not sweaty, because you're going to be touching them a lot. So make sure that everything's good. Have your cutting utensil. I don't think I'm really going to need this thing right now, but just in case it's there. But so I'm not going to cut out the whole thing, and I'm going to show you guys just kind of how I do it. Alright, so I'm going to start off with a Bryonac. Alright, so I just come in here and I'm very, very, very patient with it. Okay, so so I just finished cutting them out and they look pretty sweet. So here's my Formula Synchron, and here's my Bryonac, and they look sweet, guys. Check them out. You know, they fit really good. They're not too big for the card or the sleeve, and these are the small size sleeves too, so you know, they fit really good. There wasn't a struggle with putting them on, nothing. They just slipped right in there, and they just look freaking great, and they're ready to go. They're ready to rock and roll, you know. So you know, if you guys have made it this far, be proud of yourselves. You know, be really, really proud of yourselves, and go show these off. You know, go make some more, and yeah. Alrighty, so it's the end of the video. Hopefully you guys found this to be very helpful. And I mean, that's all that I can hope for, that I've helped somebody out, you know. And I don't mean to step on anybody's toes, you know. Like, I know that there's people who make Oricas and they make them great, and if you guys want to buy it from them, you know, go right ahead. I'm not stopping you, you know. But if you guys want to make your own, go ahead, you know. So make your own, and you know what, don't be afraid to show people your work and stuff, and you know, show me, PM me. I'll give you some more images that I have that you can probably work with, and you know, just get creative, make your own, make them special, make them unique. You know, I know that people they make like hollow versions and all these crazy versions, and I mean, if you guys see, mine aren't anything special, but they're mine, because you know, I mean, I use Pokeballs, you know, I make them mine. I make them something that it's like, man, that's me. I do that. Nobody else does that, you know. And I'm sure after this video, maybe a couple other people will, you know, and that's totally cool. But I will always know that it's mine, you know. So, like I said, get creative. Please leave feedback. And if I helped you guys out, then sweet, you know. If not, then fuck it, who cares, you know. But again, thank you guys for being patient. Thank you guys for watching, and you know, hopefully you guys get something good out of this. I'll probably be making some more videos of the same thing later for the people who are using Gimp. And you know, if you don't want to wait that long, then go ahead, download Gimp and just play with it yourself and figure shit out and go nuts, you know. So thank you guys for watching again, and as always, rate, comment, and subscribe. I don't know, I don't have anything cool to do, so fuck it.